Welcome to our channel. Dive into the captivating world of police activities, where we unveil the realities and challenges officers face every day. Our mission is to enhance your awareness and understanding of their vital work through an array of gripping videos featuring high-stakes interventions, perilous situations, and intense confrontations. Disclaimer: great effort is made to ensure all materials in true crimes videos fall within the guidelines of fair use. No copyright infringement is intended. If you are, or represent the copyright owner of any materials accidentally used in this video, and have an issue with its use, please contact me and I will respond as soon as possible. The content presented in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is based on our best research and understanding of crimes and legal proceedings. However, we are not legal professionals, and the information provided should not be considered as legal advice or factual evidence. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult with legal professionals for accurate and personalized information. The content may discuss sensitive topics, and viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creator and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated individuals or organizations.
Thank you for taking the time to follow my channel. Please subscribe now and join us on this eye-opening journey.
Em ơi, em ơi. Khi các cửa vô thấy người đó chết nằm trên một cái nệm đó, máu me tùm lum mà bị chối rồi lại này kia nọ.
Alo, trực ban công an phường An Hòa xin nghe. Dạ, anh chị ở đâu cho ghi thông tin ạ? Rồi, có một vụ án mạng xảy ra là nữ giới đúng không ạ? Có xác định được cái tuổi không? Chúng tôi sẽ triển khai lực lượng bảo vệ hiện trường rồi. Được rồi.
Tiếp nhận tin báo của người dân tại quán nước nghĩa tổ 9 khu 3 phường An Hòa có một người phụ nữ chết chưa rõ nguyên nhân. Công an phường đã nhanh chóng triển khai lực lượng xuống bảo vệ hiện trường. Xác định đây là một vụ án có tính chất đặc biệt nghiêm trọng, nên công an phường đã nhanh chóng báo cáo nhanh cho ban công an phố, công an tỉnh tiến hành các biện pháp điều tra.
Trực ban công trình và phòng sự, trực ban công trình thông báo đồng chí giám đốc công ty chỉ đạo phòng sự khẩn trương triển khai lực lượng xuống hiện trường.
Thì đồng chí giám đốc công an tỉnh đã chỉ đạo phòng cảnh sát hình sự chủ trì thành lập đoàn khám nghiệm tử thi khám nghiệm hiện trường và tiến hành điều tra truy xét. Thì nhận lệnh của đồng chí giám đốc công an tỉnh thì phòng cảnh sát hình sự đã thành lập đoàn khám nghiệm pháp y và viện kiểm sát phối hợp khám nghiệm hiện trường, khám nghiệm tử thi. Thì tôi đã trực tiếp điều hành chỉ đạo lực lượng sử dụng tất cả các cán bộ điều tra viên và trinh sát viên dày dặn kinh nghiệm và chuyên điều tra các vụ án truy xét đặc biệt nghiêm trọng, xuống hiện trường đánh giá tài liệu chứng cứ.
Hiện trường vụ án là quán nước nhỏ trong căn nhà cấp 4, ven quốc lộ 51, phía chiều đường từ Đồng Nai đi tỉnh Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu. Khu vực này có rất đông phương tiện và người qua lại.
The Psychology of a Killer, Unraveling the Dark Mind Behind the Dong Nai Murder Case. In the quiet outskirts of Dong Nai, a gruesome crime unfolded that would send shockwaves through the community and challenge even the most seasoned investigators. The murder of Ms. Tran Thi Khanh Huyen was not just a crime of passion or a random act of violence, it was a chilling glimpse into the mind of a killer, a man driven by desperation, impulsivity, and a twisted sense of entitlement. As a criminal psychologist, I find myself drawn to the psychological intricacies of this case, which reveal a dark and unsettling portrait of human behavior. The crime scene, a window into the killer's mind. The crime scene itself was a macabre tableau. The victim, a 48-year-old woman, was found naked, face down on a bed, her hands bound with a parachute cord. To stab wounds, one from the front and one from the back, pierced her lungs and heart, leaving no doubt that the killer intended to silence her forever. But what drove Nguyen Van Gier, a homeless drifter with no stable job or family, to commit such a heinous act? The answer lies in the psychological undercurrents of his life and choices. Gier's background is a textbook example of a fractured psyche. A transient motorbike taxi driver, he lived a rootless existence, drifting between Third Duk and the university village in Binh Duong. His life was marked by instability, impulsivity, and a lack of emotional connections. People like Gier often feel invisible, marginalized by society, and this sense of invisibility can breed resentment and a desire for control. For Gier, the victim represented something he could never have: stability, even if it was fleeting. The twisted relationship, power, control, and desperation. The relationship between Gier and the victim was fraught with tension. Gier had lent her 20 million VND, with the agreement that he could engage in sexual relations with her without payment. This transactional dynamic reveals a disturbing power imbalance. Gier saw the victim not as a person, but as an object, a means to satisfy his desires and assert control. When she refused to repay the money, his fragile ego was shattered. In his mind, she had betrayed him, and the only way to reclaim his sense of power was through violence. The murder itself was a calculated act of dominance. Gier didn't just kill the victim, he bound her, stabbed her repeatedly, and left her lifeless body as a grim testament to his rage. The use of a parachute cord to tie her hands suggests a premeditated intent to immobilize her, further emphasizing his need for control. This level of brutality is often seen in offenders who feel powerless in their own lives and seek to compensate by exerting absolute power over their victims. The escape, a desperate bid for freedom. After the murder, Gier fled the scene, stealing the victim's earrings and mobile phones. His escape route through Third Duk and into the university village was not random. These areas, teeming with students and transient workers, provided the perfect cover for a man who had spent his life blending into the shadows. Gier's ability to evade capture for a time speaks to his familiarity with the underbelly of society, where anonymity is a currency, but Gier's freedom was short-lived. The relentless efforts of the Dong Nai Provincial Police, combined with forensic evidence, quickly closed in on him. The discovery of a condom containing his DNA at the crime scene was a damning piece of evidence, one that left no room for denial. When confronted with the truth, Gier's facade crumbled, and he confessed to the crime. The psychology of confession, breaking the killer's defenses. What makes a killer confess? In Gier's case, it was the overwhelming weight of the evidence against him. The DNA match, the recovered murder weapon, and the pawned mobile phone all pointed to his guilt. But there's also a psychological element at play. For someone like Gier, who had spent his life on the fringes of society, the act of confessing may have been a perverse form of validation. By admitting to the crime, he was finally seen, finally acknowledged, even if it was as a murderer. The bigger picture, a society on edge. The Dong Nai murder case is more than just a story of one man's descent into violence. It's a reflection of broader societal issues: the plight of the homeless, the fragility of human connections, and the dark consequences of marginalization. Ye's actions were not just a product of his own twisted psyche. They were also shaped by the world around him, a world that had failed to provide him with the support and stability he so desperately needed. As we delve into the mind of Nguyen Van Gier, we are forced to confront uncomfortable truths about human nature. What drives a person to kill? How do societal pressures and personal insecurities intertwine to create a killer? And perhaps most importantly, how can we prevent such tragedies in the future? The answers are complex, but one thing is clear: the story of Gier and his victim is a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the darkness that can lurk within us all. This case leaves us with more questions than answers, and that's what makes it so compelling. It's a psychological puzzle, a dark mystery that challenges us to look beyond the surface and into the depths of the human soul. And as we piece together the clues, we can't help but wonder, what other secrets lie hidden in the shadows, waiting to be uncovered? Lessons in vigilance, how to avoid falling victim to crimes like the Dong Nai murder case. The tragic and chilling case of Ms. Tran Thi Khanh Huyen's murder in Dong Nai serves as a stark reminder of the dangers that can lurk in everyday life. While we cannot control the actions of others, we can take steps to protect ourselves and reduce the risk of becoming victims of violent crimes. As a criminal psychologist, I've analyzed this case and distilled key lessons in vigilance that can help you stay safe. Here are some crucial takeaways. Be cautious with personal relationships. Not everyone who enters your life has good intentions. Be wary of individuals who exhibit controlling, manipulative, or overly transactional behavior. In the Dong Nai case, the victim had a transactional relationship with the killer, Nguyen Van Gier, which created a power imbalance. Avoid entering into agreements or relationships where you feel pressured or uncomfortable. Trust your instincts. If something feels off, distance yourself. Avoid isolated or vulnerable situations. Criminals often target victims in isolated or vulnerable settings where help is unlikely to arrive quickly. The murder took place in a small drink shop, a location where the victim was alone and vulnerable. Whenever possible, avoid being alone in secluded areas, especially with people you don't fully trust. If you must meet someone, choose a public place with plenty of witnesses. Be mindful of financial transactions. Money can be a powerful motivator for crime, especially when combined with personal relationships. The victim owed Gier a significant sum of money, which became a source of conflict. Be cautious when lending or borrowing money, especially with acquaintances or individuals you don't know well. Document agreements clearly and avoid mixing financial matters with personal relationships. Recognize red flags in behavior. Many criminals exhibit warning signs before committing violent acts, such as aggression, impulsivity, or a history of unstable behavior. Gier was described as impulsive and prone to violence. If someone in your life displays erratic or threatening behavior, take it seriously. Report concerns to authorities or seek help from trusted friends or family. Secure your valuables. Criminals often target victims for their possessions, especially when they perceive an opportunity for easy gain. After the murder, Gier stole the victim's earrings and mobile phones. Keep your valuables secure and avoid displaying them in public. If you feel unsafe, consider carrying only essential items. Trust your instincts. Your intuition is a powerful tool for self-preservation. If a situation or person feels dangerous, trust that feeling. The victim may have felt uneasy about Gier's behavior but was unable to act on it in time. If you sense danger, remove yourself from the situation immediately. It's better to be overly cautious than to regret an action later. Build a support network. Isolation makes you an easier target. Having a strong support network can deter criminals and provide help in emergencies. The victim was alone at the time of the attack. Stay connected with friends, family, or neighbors, and let them know your whereabouts, especially if you are meeting someone new or in an unfamiliar location. Be aware of your surroundings. Situational awareness is one of the most effective ways to prevent crime. Criminals are less likely to target someone who appears alert and prepared. The crime occurred in an area with heavy traffic, yet the killer still found an opportunity to strike. Always be aware of your surroundings, avoid distractions like excessive phone use, and plan escape routes in case of danger. Report suspicious activity. Early intervention can prevent crimes from escalating. If you notice suspicious behavior, report it to authorities immediately. Gia had a history of criminal activity, including robberies in other areas. If you encounter someone who seems dangerous or out of place, don't hesitate to alert the police. Educate yourself on self-defense. Knowing how to defend yourself can make a critical difference in a life-threatening situation. While the victim in this case was caught off guard, basic self-defense skills could have provided her with a chance to escape or call for help. Consider taking a self-defense class to build confidence and preparedness. Avoid oversharing personal information. Revealing too much about your personal life can make you a target for exploitation or violence. The killer knew details about the victim's life, which may have made her more vulnerable. Be cautious about sharing personal information, especially with people you don't know well. Understand the psychology of manipulation. Criminals often use manipulation to gain trust or control over their victims. Gia used a combination of financial pressure and personal relationships to manipulate the victim. Learn to recognize manipulative tactics, such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or excessive flattery, and set clear boundaries. Empowerment through awareness. The Dong Mai murder case is a tragic reminder of the dangers that exist in our world, but it also offers valuable lessons in vigilance and self-protection. By staying alert, trusting your instincts, and taking proactive steps to safeguard your well-being, you can reduce the risk of falling victim to similar crimes. Remember, your safety is in your hands. Stay informed, stay prepared, and stay safe. Let this case serve as a call to action. Be vigilant, be aware, and never underestimate the importance of protecting yourself and those around you. Crime can strike anywhere, but with the right mindset and precautions, you can minimize the risks and live a safer, more secure life.
Channel. Dive into the captivating world of police activities, where we unveil the realities and challenges officers face every day. Our mission is to enhance your awareness and understanding of their vital work through an array of gripping videos featuring high-stakes interventions, perilous situations, and intense confrontations. Disclaimer: great effort is made to ensure all materials in True Crimes videos fall within the guidelines of fair use. No copyright infringement is intended. If you are, or represent the copyright owner of any materials accidentally used in this video, and have an issue with its use, please contact me and I will respond as soon as possible. The content presented in this video is for informational and entertainment purposes only. It is based on our best research and understanding of crimes and legal proceedings. However, we are not legal professionals, and the information provided should not be considered as legal advice or factual evidence. Viewers are encouraged to conduct their own research and consult with legal professionals for accurate and personalized information. The content may discuss sensitive topics, and viewer discretion is advised. The opinions expressed in this video are those of the content creator and do not necessarily reflect the views